recording is.
Oh, okay.
So we're talking about wind here at Stonedead Festival with Tygers of Pan Tang. Hello.
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 Yes, wind.
Well, we're on the subject.
Is he always like this?
Oh, look.
God, 40 years.
Right.
Yeah.
How are we?
Has it been that hard?
Well, I've only had to endure 1 year of it, but it's
Yes. Yeah,
it's a
yes.
struggle.
Okay, you're a bit of a legend, really, in your own lifetime, really, aren't you?
Leg end.
Leg end, yeah, that's right.
Leg
end.
end in my own lunchtime, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what you said. Thank
It
you.
was
Yes. It's amazing what a slip of the tongue does.
Yeah.
Thank you, yeah. Am I? I don't know.
Well, you're sort of like the godfathers of the heavy metal, new wave of heavy metal back in the day. And
I've been doing it for 44 years, so you'd think I kind of know something about it.
Yeah.
But, one day I'll get it right.
well, you got it fairly right earlier.
Well, yeah, we do all right. We do all right, yes. We're having a great, and we're just having an absolute blast. I think it's better now than it was back in the day.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I do. It's we're a bit more grown up now.
You say that after the flatulence we heard just now.
No, well, yeah, but I mean, if you remember when I was doing it, I was only 6, so now I'm 8.
Yeah. Born on a leap year, mate.
So yeah, exactly. So we are a little bit more grown up, hopefully, and I don't know. It's maybe you're more appreciative. Touring doesn't get any easier, of course, as you get a little bit older. But I think the beds are nicer now than they were back then in hotels. Better quality mattresses.
I wouldn't say that at the hotel we stayed at.
Well, you
Thursday
see,
night.
yeah. But see, back in the day, our management, I can tell you this with quite truth and honesty, Graham Thompson, who was part of our management team, was in charge of booking hotels for the band. And he had the AA book of guest houses for Europe. And we were playing a show with Ian Gillan.
Right.
We did 6 weeks in Europe with Ian Gillan in 81, and we were playing in Belgium. Playing these all over Europe. We're playing kind of sport halls, 5,000-6,000 people, all sold out every night. The tour was an absolute blast, honestly, unbelievable. So Belgium, we pull up outside this normal looking kind of house. We think, well, it doesn't say hotel, but this is the address. Of course, you didn't have sat navs or internet or mobile phones in those days. You just had, a map with a cross on it. Tonight you're staying there. So we went and we knocked on the door and they went, "Oh yes, come in." And it was like the girl was like in a nurse's uniform, and I thought, I thought one or two things. I thought that's odd, and I thought, okay, right, yeah, I quite like that game. And she said, your rooms aren't quite ready yet, if you'd just like to go into the bar. So we went into the bar. So you've got 5 lads on our tour manager, all hair down to our knees, and there's 2 old guys playing pool.
Right.
So there's a little bar with Heineken beer. I remember that, Heineken free flowing beer, and these 2 old guys, and they had to be octogenarians.
I think that's near enough, Rob.
It is. It's quite close. Good, for those that don't understand what I've said, which includes me, they were nearly in their 80s or in their 80s. Unless anybody can, say that better.
No.
Okay. And as they were playing pool, so we all got a beer, you see, and as they were playing pool, they must have been a little bit deaf, a bit hard of hearing, and I don't know whether you know what's coming next, but as one of them put his hand on the table to take a shot, he broke wind, and of course they couldn't hear. They must have, I suppose they must have felt it, but they couldn't hear. Well, of course, as young lads, we all found this hilarious and started falling about laughing. Anyway, we had a couple of drinks, and this nurse comes back in and she says, "Your rooms are ready now." So we went, "Oh, okay, well, great." So we were told we were on the first floor landing. So I went into my room. We all had single rooms, which is quite unusual. So I went into my room, and there's a hospital bed. Your classical hospital bed out the Carry-On films in the 60s.
Yeah, iron frame
with a chart at the bottom of the bed, and you know all those funny like metal springs, you know, which creak.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, it's a hospital bed. What's going on here? Anyway, it turns out that they'd booked us into an old folks home. Like they booked us into a nursing home that did, to make a bit of extra money on the side, they took in tourists, travellers.
That smell lovely, Rob.
Oh my God. So, MCA Records' partner in France was Arabella Records, and we had an interview with them at the Holiday Inn. Just happened to be where Ian Gillan was staying. So we roll up the Holiday Inn, tell Ian and the boys about this. Ian was in hysterics and actually offered to pay for us to stay in the Holiday Inn out of his own pocket, which was, I have to tell you, he is such a nice man. The Ian Gillan that I got to meet, certainly.
Yeah.
We said no, that's fine. We'll just we'll creak on in our accommodation. So that was the Wynn story and the book of the booking of the old folks home. But just as a happy note, when we finished the show and we went back to this this House of Creek, all the residents, all the inmates, as it were, all the residents, were in the bar waiting for us.
Really?
Somehow, they must have asked, somebody must have said, what are these 5 lovely-looking lads with long hair doing?
I've seen the pictures.
Staying here. And they must have said, they're a hard rock bands and they're playing whatever. So they'd all stayed up, and we had a party with these ladies and gentlemen in their 80s, and I have to tell you, they outdrunk us.
Really?
Oh, they just left us standing. The amount of bloody gin and whiskey and Heineken beer that they drank. I think I gave in about 3:00 in the morning, and went to me creek. And they were still dancing and going strong. It was just amazing, honestly, tremendous. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's
no, don't apologise. That's a great story.
To be fair, it's one I hadn't heard yet.
I'll tell you it all again on the way home to keep you awake.
Fantastic! Thank you so much, Rob.
The look of sheer joy on his face. Okay, so something serious. And what is happening in the Tigers camp?
I think
nothing camp about the Tigers.
That's what you're implying.
I've seen your stage show, so I beg to differ.
We are currently 8 songs into recording for the new album. There are 4 songs left. We will finish that by the end of September because that's when contractually we have to do it. It's all going according to plan. It will be finished. The album cover is now done. We've seen the artwork, which is it's tremendous. It really is tremendous.
Is that what I've seen on the website?
You haven't seen anything?
No.
Only us has seen that.
I think it must be the EP then.
You've seen the EP, yes. Yeah. A New Heartbeat, yeah. No, this is for the new album, which is tabled to come out end of March next year, I think.
Right.
It's we have a new record producer who lives in Denmark again, as indeed Søren Nansen lives in Copenhagen. Tue Madsen is our new record producer, and he lives slightly north of that in a wonderful place which I can't pronounce. And he's really given us a new, fresh kind of sound.
Okay.
But we're still the Tigers. You know, we haven't turned into Rammstein or anything like that. But he's listened to the band, he's taken it all on board, and it's great. It is that old, Motorhead quote, everything's louder than everything else. But it's carefully louder than everything else.
Right. Is that because you're getting to the octogenarian stage?
Oh, you see, you've said it properly there. Right. I can't believe you said that.
End this interview now, are we, Robert?
So it's very exciting times. We're desperate for the world to hear the new album. It'll be 10 studio tracks. We're recording 2 bonus tracks, one for the Far East for the Japan market, and there'll be a different bonus track for America.
Okay, cool. So what about touring? What have you got planned? Any dates coming up soon?
I'm sick of talking now. Hugh's going to tell you.
Lots. You know, what have we got?
You won't remember now.
I won't, because I'm one of them ones. Robert goes to me, can you tell us if you're free on these dates? I go, Robert, of course I'm bloody free. I only do the Tigers. I've got nothing else. I just book the time off from work, you know what I mean? What do I do when I'm not doing the Tigers? I walk the dog and go fishing. You know, it's not like, you know. So I'm free whenever they need us, you know, so I don't worry about that. I know we've got like a British tour, we've got a European tour, a long weekend in Italy. I know that counts as Europe, but it's a separate. It's done different. It's just
We're out with Saxon in Germany in October, I think.
yeah, the Keep It True Festival.
Yeah.
And then we're now into next year. We're off to Poland in January.
Yeah.
For some shows.
Yeah.
Hard Rock Hell in March. We've just been confirmed for
Someone August the 5th. Oh, that's all right.
we're playing with Deep Purple in Spain. Big festival in Spain.
Sorry, it's near Valencia. I can't remember the name of the festival, but it's near Valencia because I was like, oh, that looks nice.
Yeah,
I think I know the one you mean, but yeah.
Yeah. Scorpions and Whitesnake did it this year.
Yeah.
Deep Purple are one of they haven't announced the other headliner. So yeah, you know, and there's a British tour next year, and there's a European tour next year to support the album. So there's lots and lots going on.
Okay. So, if out of your entire career, then I'm going to put you on the spot. What one song says that's Tigers?
It's got to be Susie Smiled.
Yeah,
it's got to be Susie Smiled. We actually recorded today, our performance today, with a view to bring it out as a live album.
Okay.
So that's. We'll listen back to it first.
Yeah.
If you had to edit out me screaming like a little fangirl, it'd be fine.
Yeah,
This might need an Unleashed in the East treatment, this.
Yeah. I'm sure it's absolutely 101%.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes. If nothing else, we might redo the intro tape, which has nothing to do with us because apparently there was a problem with the desk, so it only came on halfway through.
Yeah.
Well, it was better than last night when we played Newcastle, where it just like stopped the intro tape, sort of because I have to start the set off with the bass. So we went on and it had the sort of, you know, the mud bit, and then a bit of a countdown, and it stopped at about 4. Because we're 5, 4, 3. I was like, yeah, here I am, my lead's in, I'm plugged in. Come on, ready, 5, 4. And the click, just bloody start.
There's always a Spinal Tap moment.
Yes.
Always.
Okay, guys. Thank you for your time. I'm not going to hold you up too much longer. You've given me so much of your precious time, and I appreciate all the music you've given me in the past. And I look forward to hearing the new stuff as well. So
great. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you to your listeners.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.